Hey guys, it's Carrie the Paper Monkey. Thank y'all so much for dropping into this Who Knew today. Typically, our Who Knews are regarding junk journal terms and tips and tricks and tools and things like that. And I try to explain these things in 5 minutes or less. Well, today I was looking up some stuff regarding Christmas, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a Who Knew that's going to be a little different today. It's going to be about Santa Claus. So I hope you enjoy this. We'll keep it kind of short and sweet. But I thought there were some interesting things out there about Santa Claus. Santa Claus is actually derived from a real person. He was a bishop in the 4th century, a Greek bishop in the 4th century named Saint Nicholas. That's kind of how Santa Claus got his start. Isn't that something? Saint Nicholas was actually known for his acts of generosity, especially towards children. Now, St. Nicholas is celebrated in the Catholic Church on December 6th. That's his feast day. So just a little FYI on St. Nicholas. Then Santa's red suit. You know, we all picture in today's world and for today's Santa, those of us who celebrate Christmas in that way, we picture Santa in his red suit, but it wasn't always that way. This was what was so kind of funny to me because I didn't know this. There was the red suit that Santa Claus wears today or is associated with today was actually popularized by Coca-Cola in a 1930s ad that Coca-Cola did, and it took off from there. Santa before that, it was all a variety of colors, browns and greens and wintry type looks, more European style looks. But when Coca-Cola came out with that ad, it took off. And now we know Santa as the jolly old elf in the red suit, right? Here was another one, and I did not know this, and apparently my Canadian friends are really thank you for doing this. I never knew this until today. Santa, you can go on the Canadian postal site. I'm going to leave that link for you. You guys bookmark this link for next year if you have grandchildren or children if you're watching this, because Santa Claus's actual postal address is Canadian. And his postal address has the letters ho, ho, ho in his postal address. And in the Canadian Postal Service, it's so cool because I got on there and I looked, they have template letters that you can print out for your children or grandchildren to write like their names. And it's this cute little letter. And then they also have a letter that you can print out from Santa, like that will come to your child. It was really, listen, Canada, y'all got it going on. That was really the coolest. I loved it. So I will leave all those links for you guys if you want to access that. And then, now let's get on to what is kind of my favorite part of Santa Claus. Let's talk about the Louisiana version of Santa Claus and a few of the traditions they have here in Louisiana. For those of you who don't know, I live in southern Louisiana, and there is no place like Acadiana. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. I hope that wherever it is you live, that you love your city and your state as much as I love mine. Because Louisiana, while you may come to visit and you may see things on TV and, you know, they about Louisiana, you cannot describe Louisiana until you live here. Louisiana is just that unique. So, along with a lot of other traditions, Louisiana does, of course, have Santa Claus, but they call Santa Claus Papa Noel. Papa Noel is instead of being pulled by a sleigh with reindeer, Papa Noel actually travels in a pirogue, which is a flat bottom boat, for those of you who may not know, and it is pulled by alligators. There is a story out there. There is a book. It is a popular book here in Louisiana, and it is the Cajun Night Before Christmas. They have a lot of YouTube videos out there on people reading the Cajun Night Before Christmas in Cajun accents, and if you guys are interested, just go look up the YouTube search bar for that book. It's kind of a funny little book. Now, one of the traditions that they do have here in the state of Louisiana are the bonfires on the levee. Now, what happens with the bonfires on the levee, and again, there are many videos out there, YouTube videos on this tradition. It happens every year, Christmas Eve, in Gramercy and Lutcher. Those are two cities here in Louisiana, in southern Louisiana, out by New Orleans, I believe they're out by New Orleans. They light these they're huge bonfires. They're huge, like they're the biggest bonfires you've ever seen, but they are meant to light the way for Papa Noel to come. And they say, I've never been, we never did that, but they say it is really a tradition that you really should enjoy at least one time. And maybe me and my honey will try it one year, we'll see. And then another Louisiana Christmas tradition, a lot of families still do this. They do what's called a feu d'oeil. And a feu d'oeil doesn't necessarily have to be specific to Christmas, but it is a party. But a lot of Cajun families will have a Christmas feu d'oeil. And it's just really meant as a large gathering, a large party to celebrate the Christmas season. And then we go on to, and I'm going to end it here because I'm already over. I know these little videos, I always go over, but I try not to go over by too much. But the other tradition that we'll talk about is Twelfth Night. Now, Twelfth Night is it's really based in Catholicism, but it is basically the eve of Epiphany. And it is the traditional Christian celebration that marks the end of the Christmas season and the beginning of Epiphany. Now this year, because every year it's different, but this year it's falling on January 6th. But the 12th night, what it truly represents is it commemorates the arrival of the 3 wise men who brought gifts to the baby Jesus. Yeah, isn't that cool? And then we segue into Mardi Gras. Well, that's a whole, I don't know if I'll do a who knew on that, but if you want a who knew on Mardi Gras, just leave it in the comments. And once we get closer to the Mardi Gras season, I can do that. But next week, I already have a who knew. My sweet subscriber, Deidre, asked me to do a who knew on distressed oxide ink pads. So that'll be coming up next week. But I just thought we'd have some fun with this week since it is almost Christmas. So if you don't see another video from me before then, please know that I do wish each and every one of you that do celebrate Christmas a very Merry Christmas. And if you don't, I just hope that whatever this week brings you is at least as much fun as I had sharing this Who Knew on Santa Claus with each and every one of you. Thank you guys. We'll chat soon. Bye.